Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is April the 8th, 2021, and today the topic is in due time. If y'all will allow me just a few moments, um, I guess I got a bit of a testimony for y'all. A little bit of a testimony, but it's in the same realm of the topic. So, I'm not getting too far off track. I don't think, but uh, yeah, it's testimony time, as they say. Testimony time as well as announcement time, friends. On this April the 8th, 2021, I woke up to the news that I am officially a published author. Let's let that marinate. Y'all, the more I think about all of this stuff, uh, the more I'm like, I can't make this up. I can't make this up. I couldn't, although I'm an author, I couldn't have written this. um, and Lord knows I couldn't have planned it because y'all, I told y'all how plans go, especially for me. Um, sometimes I put it like that. So if I just really, really sit here and reflect on like where I am right now, here on April the 8th, personally in my personal life, I guess. I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed at what God has done and can do and is doing. And so yeah, yeah. So obviously I've just said a lot there in that minute or so that I've been talking already. Um, but yeah, so maybe you've put two and two together that this is what I was holding on to over the past few weeks. This is what I wanted to announce to you all that I had written a little something. And I find it only fitting to share the news first here, um, because, well, clearly this podcast or this segment of God, Sex, and Love, the juice is the inspiration. So, long story short, let me tell you guys what had happened so y'all can see how easy it was, but at the same time how God did this thing. So let me just tell you. Okay. So long story short, for anybody that know me or probably, and for those of you that don't know me, for me, this whole being a published author thing has been a goal for a long time. A long time. Um, I've had many ideas of books. I've had many ideas of, you know, I'll just say books, right? Because we talk about the author thing right now. So I've had many ideas of books. I'm talking about children's books to, uh, my personal, well, a project that ended up being my personal memoir. It didn't start off that way, but it ended up being like a memoir or a reflection of my life up until that point. And that's all written. I have that all written. I just haven't put it out. So yeah, and I was sitting here like, man, how do I get to that next step? Trying to figure it all out, looking into all these different companies, all this different stuff. So it's been years in the making of me wanting to put out a book. Well, lo and behold, um, I get up to March 16th, 2021 of this year, and because of an ad, a Facebook ad from a familiar name, I decided to join this group. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there because at the end of the day, I don't mind shouting out people, especially people that have helped me along the way, even though it may be indirectly. But yeah, so basically there's this lady. Her name is Crystal Swain Bates. Yes, Crystal Swain Bates. You guys can Google her. You've probably seen her ad with Amazon, all these different things. She's actually based here in Atlanta. We have not met in person, but we did chat. We talked on the phone. I want to say maybe some years ago, a couple of years ago, probably, because I was sharing with her one of my ideas, because I wanted her to publish it or whatever the case was. Because I'm trying to get help with publishing, right? So she has created a group. The group is called Six Figure Self-Publishing Secrets with Crystal Swain Bates. If you're watching me on Facebook right now, this group is on Facebook, so you guys can go there if this is something that you all are interested in. So basically, I saw her promoting a certain type of book of how to like a workshop of how to create a certain type of book. Not even a book that I put out. It was something totally different, and it caught my eye or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind putting out a book like that. And so I go to join to get do the workshop, and ultimately it has me join the group. So I joined the group, and everything like that. So now I joined the group, and she has videos and things, I think, like previous workshops that she's done, and just like, general information. So I started to look at, some of the things. So again, this was on March the 16th, 2021. Um, so then I started to look into the type of book that I put out, which I'll tell you guys in a moment. But I started to look at the videos centered around that. Even though, again, I joined the group with the intention of a totally different book. But, whatever the case is. So I started to look at those videos and everything like that. And in the midst of them, I had to brainstorm, and she had these different challenges that she had the authors do X, Y, and Z. So I did them too. I brainstormed, I did all these things. And in the midst of my brainstorm, I created the book, or I created the idea for the book that I have now published. So long story short, you guys know that this is the juice, right? You guys know that this is daily inspiration. But for me, technically for me, this is my daily Bible study. That I just happen to be sharing with y'all after I get done doing it, basically. So the more I brainstormed, I created a journal. I created a journal themed around the juice. So themed around the juice. Now this is what the general idea was. Eventually, as I started to create the content and everything like that, and started to look into, okay, what do I have? How can I get this done? Right? Because the way she explained, the way she, broke things down, she was like, you guys could be published in like, at the end of this challenge type of thing. And apparently it's like a week-long challenge or something. And I'm like, wow, really, you could be published in a week like that, because again, for me, somebody that had so many ideas and feeling like, man, how do I get to that next step? Like, how do I get from my idea to a book in my hand, right? How do I get there? And like I said, I talked to her years ago, and we kind of talked about some things. But still, I didn't get from my idea to a book in my hand, right? So, so in the challenge, and with her saying that, yeah, you guys can be published X, Y, and Z, I was like, okay, what do I have? How can I do this? Like she's saying, it's doable. Like, what can I do, right? So I reach out to see how I'm just gonna tell y'all, because it's just like how God works. I reach out to the gentleman that's been editing the talk show for me. I've shouted him out numerous times. He wants me to call him Sammy, so his name is Sammy. I met him on Fiverr. At the beginning when I started to do the talk show, and he's been editing all of my talk show stuff, and I've had him do some other tasks and things too, because he's able to do a lot of other different things. So when I reached out to him, he was able to format my words. Him and his team or whatever the case is. So that was another thing that was already in place to get me to the next step. And again, it was only in place at this moment. Because like I told you, I did not meet him until last year, right? And I didn't meet him until I started this. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to reiterate this, y'all, because at the end of the day, it's just God. Like at the end of the day, it's just like this is how God is working in my life. And I'm just trying to share this with y'all. So I create an idea centered around what I've only been doing for now a year. Okay. And I sent my words and sent my things to the individual to edit and to get me to the next level. Someone that I had only met after I, because of this project that I've only been doing for a year. And then now I can officially say that the book is available on Amazon.com right now. As of last night at 11:15, because that's when I got email, but obviously I didn't see it to this morning, so I'm going to just say April the 8th is when I officially know, but apparently the published date technically is March the 30th. So that's where my frustration comes in. If you guys know, I was kind of frustrated over the past few days or whatever, because when I submitted my information, like my book was done formatting wise, it was done like March the 30th. So you know what I mean? That waiting time in between, I ain't gonna lie, was kind of like, man, like, why is it not? Because I think we did have to go back and reformat the cover. But it finally got approved. So, which means, me stepping out on faith the other night. So basically, if I share some details with you guys now that I didn't share with you all the other day, basically, I made a few purchases in faith towards the promotion of the book. So basically, eventually I will have the book in hand. I've already ordered some author copies. Honestly, I ordered enough for me to hopefully, last the rest of the year, because if you may not know, basically, okay. I'm saying so much, but saying so little at the same time, so I apologize about that. Basically, so if you were to go and look up this book on Amazon, you will be looking for The Juice 30-Day Bible Study Journal. Yes, The Juice 30-Day Bible Study Journal. This is my first published work in regards to a book. So, and I just think that's amazing because, again, out of all the ideas that I've had over the years, out of all the things that I've wanted to do, the fact that this project for God at the end of the day is my first project, I'm pleased with that. I thank God for that. I mean, yeah, I got other ideas too, and not to say that they're not for God. I mean, but I guess everything I do in a way, is for the glory and honor of God. However, it's not like it's just a little, something. This means something to me, because not only is it going to help me, because in my journey with the juice, I literally write on anything. Like this is, I'm writing on like this, the back of I'll be honest with you guys, this is the back of a wine tasting sheet that I'm writing on right now. Before, when I first was starting, I think I was writing on like note cards when I first started. At some point I had some notebook paper. I don't even know what that is. Like when I tried to straighten up this room that I'm in, somehow that stack of notebook paper that I had is gone. I don't know where it is. So, you know what I mean? So my notes, or my personal, when me writing down the verses every day and stuff like that, is on so many random different things. So this journal is going to help me as well stay organized to with my daily things. So that's why I went on ahead and ordered enough so I can just keep it every month, or do it every month, or whatever the case is. But for you all, I mean, this is just a challenge. It's a challenge to commit 30 days to doing what I be doing, to do what I do. I'm pretty much in book form, share with you all the details of what I do every day. And in the hopes that it will encourage you to go beyond the 30 days. Like if you do the 30 days, great. But if you decide to go beyond the 30 days, that is a blessing. That is a miracle. That is like beyond, um, anything that I could even imagine. Um, so yeah, that's my announcement. That's my testimony. I'm now a published author. Uh, First book dedicated completely to the Lord. Um, to challenge all of us to commit 30 days of Bible study. Um, yeah, challenge you to, challenge us to read the Bible every day for yourself and do what I do, write the verses down and even reading them out loud to yourself, whatever the case is. That is my challenge to you all. So you guys can go check that out on Amazon.com. Look up your girl Miracle Sims. And again, it's the Juice 30-day Bible study journal. Man, it's official, y'all. I can't, not to say I can't believe it, but it's just one of those things where it's like, it's amazing. It's amazing. And um, so yeah, shout out to Crystal Swain Bates. Shout out to that group of individuals that put a little fire under my belt to get this thing done. Shout out to Sammy and his team over there in Pakistan. Getting me together with the formatting and everything, and bringing my words and my vision to life. I can't even ask for a better, couple of individuals. I mean, and they've helped me with so many different projects at this point that it's just like, man, God is so good with, the people that he puts into your life and stuff like that. And then when I think about it, this is a bigger thing for me. Like not just the publishing thing, but I guess I'll speak on this a little bit. I don't want to get too deep into it because there's some things I can't say, which is annoying. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a human, so it's annoying. But anyway, long story short, you guys know I'm in a movie too. You guys know I'm in the movie Strip. We talked about it. If you don't know, then I got two good old, like, I got a Q&A on YouTube talking about it, and I also did an episode of God, Sis, and Love talking about it. So that's that, right? And it's weird. It's weird for me because every now and then I get people either on my Instagram or on Facebook or something like that, and they'll be like, "Oh, I saw the movie X, Y, and Z." And I say it's weird because, to be completely honest with you guys, I'm not being allowed to promote the movie. So now I found out that the movie is on a platform that I can't tell you guys that it's on, but it's on a main platform. So for me as an actor, it's a big deal, right? It's a big deal as an independent actor and everything like that. However, I can't, I'm not, since it's not my project, right? And I'm being asked not to promote it. I can't tell you where it's at. But with that being said, so yeah, it amazes me when people say they see the film, because I'm like, well, how did you even find out about it? But at the end of the day, and I guess at the same time too, it is a little bit awkward because of the nature of the film. But at the same time too, I'm like, well, if I know I spoke with an individual yesterday, and I don't want to get too deep into it or whatever, but and the person was mentioning to me how perhaps they had came across me because of the film. They was seeing me in a certain light, and how, I guess, getting to know me through who I really am versus what my character was, it's inspiring them in a different way, possibly even to get close to God, which is ultimately was one of my goals anyway. So I just thank and praise God for that. It's not even the thing that I can say is me. I can just say that at the end of the day, God put me in the right position to hopefully, encourage people, whatever the case is. So, so knowing that too, as awkward as it may be, at the end of the day, it's a blessing that seeing all these things come into fruition. Because years ago, I was like praying to God for an opportunity to be on these platforms as an actor, right? That's one thing. I was praying to God for the opportunity to have a platform to use my voice in some type of way. And I was praying for the opportunity to be an author. So to now be in this place of like, man, I got all of that on top of, all the prayers I had about being a wife and mother. And you know what I'm saying? Like, like this place right here is just a total blessing. I couldn't have made it up. Like, yeah, it was in my idea. I had ideas, I had dreams, but some of the particulars of everything is just amazing. It's beyond. I didn't even think about it. Like I said, the the Juice 30-day Bible study journal was pretty much created around March 16. Like, it's not like I thought that wasn't an idea that I had like thought of for a long time and then finally got published. No, this was an idea that came to me centered around, like, because everything was placed together in a way for me to brainstorm just mere weeks ago, if we want to look at it like that. And so now, I don't know. So this leads me to talk about the topic in due time. I know we done talk, I'm usually wrapping up the juice by now, but let's get into it, y'all. I'm sorry I had to just share that testimony with you guys. I hope that it encourages and inspires you. I hope you go and get the journal, not only just because I wrote it, but get the journal because I hope that you guys take the challenge, do it 30 days, and hopefully do more than 30 days. That is the prayer and goal for you guys. But here we go. 1 Peter 5, 6, and 7. It says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that at the proper time he may exalt you, casting all your anxieties on him because he cares for you. What else can we say, friends? Like, what else can be said about that right there? Like, I'm a living testimony, y'all. He has exalted me. Hey, like, okay, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready to praise God with me. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Galatians 6 and 9. And let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season. Oh, Jesus. In due season, we will reap if we do not give up. Yo, I can't tell you. I guess, like, when I just think about everything, like, this is just, it blows my mind that everything, like, and I didn't share with you guys details about the episode that I recorded the other night, but that testimony was so powerful and y'all are going to see it in a few weeks, but I'm just like, man, God is just doing as it's a miraculous thing in my life and hopefully through me for other people. And then they're able to communicate with me and hopefully in ways that communicate with you guys and will resonate by hearing these people's testimonies and giving people a safe place to just be real. Yo, that's all that God, Sex, and Love was in my mind. And the fact that it's now doing the thing like that, y'all, I'm telling you, I don't know what your goal is, what your dream is, whatever it is, friend. And you may be wanting to give up. You may be feeling like there's no way to make your dreams and make your goals and make the things that God put on your heart happen. But Lord, first I say, Lord, I just thank you for this time. I thank you for this place that you have me in. And I thank you for using my voice right now to tell the people that at the end of the day, this verse is so real. Don't give up, especially doing good, especially doing things for the Lord. Don't give up. In due season, friend, you will reap. And here I am as a living witness of this right now. So I don't know how else to tell you guys. So let me move on. Ecclesiastes 3:11. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Also, he has put eternity into man's heart, yet so that he cannot find out what God has done from the beginning to the end. Yeah, y'all. I mean, at the end of the day, the things you commit to God, you can pretty much rest assured that it's going to come to fruition. So that's why we need to do it. That's why we need to get on that level. Because you can't sit here and say that any or everything you do is going to be successful or going to whatever. But things you do for God, I'm a living testimony right here today, y'all. I'm telling you. Start doing his will. Make your wants his wants. God's gonna give you what you want. And that's what, and I'm a living witness. I heard a pastor say that years ago. I was back in Florida, single woman by myself, not an author, not barely. I was acting, but I wasn't in no movie. And, you know what I mean, and all this, and sitting here thinking and dreaming about all this stuff that I am now. It's y'all, it's just amazing to me. I'm trying to I'm trying to show you and pour out to you all. But you know, hey, you got to get it in your own spirit, and you got to believe this for yourself. So, by all means, please read these words today and get it into your spirit, y'all. The Bible verse of today is 1 Peter 4:10. It says, "As every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of God." Oh, you know what? God's gonna take me out of here today. Thank you all so much for listening to the juice. I hope that you guys are encouraged and inspired. Um, y'all on the podcast, I guess I'm getting ready to let y'all go. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for following me on this journey. And I hope and pray that you guys check out again the Juice Bible Study Journal. It's yes, the Juice 30-day Bible Study Journal. Again, it's helping you to create your own Bible study experience. But if you want to just buy it and then follow along with me during my daily inspiration or whatever, I mean, by all means, you can do it that way too. Obviously, you can use it in several different ways, I guess. But go check it out. Go check it out. Thank and praise God, man. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go because I just got the feeling I'm gonna be talking for a while. I'm rambling at this point. So thank you so much for listening, podcast people. Looking forward to talking to y'all tomorrow at the Lord's will. Bye bye. Y'all, ain't God good? Ain't God good? Man. And then I guess my thing is, like I said, I ain't gonna lie now. I ain't gonna lie. I was like over the past week or so, I was a little bit annoyed because I'm like, man, like, okay, I did all this to make sure that I got this thing together. And it would have been a blessing. It would have been like a huge thing to be like, man, on the exact year of the anniversary of God, Sex, and Love to put out the book. Would have been cool, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I can't even, like, who knows? Who knows? I think things happen for a reason. I think that my mindset too in this moment is probably a reason why it happened in this moment. Because again, I still had to, you know, like I said, struggling with the idea of being in control, struggling with the idea of being like, you know, why is this not happening the way that I envisioned it to happen? Again, puts it into perspective that, hey, God is in control. It's gonna happen when He wanted to happen. And I had to remind myself of that, which ultimately had me remind y'all of that. And then, like I said, when I wasn't, you know, now obviously if I don't know, was I up around that time? If I was, I just wasn't looking at my email. I think I was trying to go to sleep around that time by the time I did get the notification. And I just happened to look you know, at what time they sent the email. But so yeah, I've ordered some copies. So hopefully they, you know, when they come, you know, I'll show you guys and everything like that. I just think and praise God, man. Like I can't make up my life. Like this is, and that's the other thing too. Like just knowing that God is the author, and that He is in control, and that He has, you know, created this beautiful life for me. Yes, inspired by some of my dreams. Now, like I said, I dreamed about being an author. I dreamed about being in movies. I dreamed about, you know, having a husband. I dreamed about, you know, having a family. You know, all these things I dreamed about. And, you know, but I didn't have detail, you know. And then, like I said, I have so many ideas when it comes to being an author that it's like, but for this to be the first thing, that blows my mind, because I'm just like, wow, God, that's great. I feel like this is a great first a great first work to present. Because it's not about me. It's not about me. It's not about like nobody. It's about everybody building their individual relationships with the Word of God. And like I said, even if I could just get a few people to commit 30 days, that would be a blessing. Commit 30 days to do what I've been doing for like a year or so now. Um, which is just dedicating a certain time, and being consistent and doing the thing. And like I said, if you do it beyond 30 days, that's, if you get the book to do it, every month or something, like the cool, but even if you just do it in 30 days, that would just blow my mind, that if people really, really take that challenge, that would be a blessing. And that I don't think it has much of anything to do with me per se. Uh, again, if any of the things that I'm sharing can be some type of help, um, then by all means, I just I thank God for using me to do that. But yeah. So yeah, again, in case you guys are interested in any of this information, shout out to Crystal Swain Bates. Shout out to the group, because there's a lot of individuals in that group. So just looking at the other authors as they publish and as they celebrate each other and stuff like that, that was like inspiring as well. That was inspiring. So the whole group of people is great. But again, the group is called Six Figure Self-Publishing Secrets with Crystal Swain Bates. You guys can check that book, check that group out if you're interested in becoming a published author as well. And then, yeah, shout out again to my boy Sammy over in Pakistan and his Azul. I barely say the other gentleman's name, so my apologies. But I think it's Azul. He told me he wanted me to call him Azul, I think. I can't remember though. So my apologies. But thank you so much to those two individuals for formatting my idea into a tangible, formatting it and everything like that. And then yeah, shout out to Amazon. Even though, like I said, I was a little bit, perturbed and a little bit like impatient. But thank you all for allowing me to publish and everything. I was nervous though. I ain't gonna lie, because again, this is a Christian faith-based work, and so you just never know with all the stuff that's going on with cancel culture and everything like that. It was like, man, what if they try to deny me being able to publish? But then I was like, man, they got a lot of Bible study journals on there, so I mean, they shouldn't deny, mine. But yeah, but these are things that crossed my mind, or these are things that I kind of was concerned about, as I didn't get, like, as the approval date just kept prolonging. I just was like, man, what if something is happening where it's like, but I was getting some other ideas together. So I'm excited though. I'm very, very excited. Um, like I said, I had to share with you guys first, my juice listeners. And obviously I'm gonna go and shout it everywhere. Shout it everywhere now. But I had to tell you guys with the juice first, because again, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, especially consistently, um, I guess I owe it to y'all in a way. It was created for you and me, and for those of us that are on this journey. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, I had to tell you guys first. I had to tell you first. But all right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I've been sitting here talking for a long time, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Let me get this podcast out, and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Looking forward to talking to y'all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye bye.